ready to rando. This race is about to begin, Ben. This race is about to begin, Herfy.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Here we go. They are off and running. And we get a sword at Link's house. A shield at the sanctuary on the top. And I missed what the bottom had.
I think I saw a red rupee there.
Yep, red rupees. Yep, they've got 20.
There we go.
So a sword for the top here. Benteezy heading on over to Hyrule Castle. He probably will be able to finish it off. And we get the sync going on in just a moment. Bigdunka is going to check the uncle. Slimkirby's heading on to do the same. Surprised neither of them tried to kill somebody to do a tree pull. Uncle's got a little bit of love on Slim and Bigdunka's race.
Yeah, Benteezy only finds a blue rupee here.
How disappointing.
Yeah, not exactly what you're looking for, especially this early in the game.
Oh, and an arrow upgrade for Slim and Bigdunka. Walkingeye is going to be checking the lumberjack tree. This is the anxiety tree. Is this an Aghanim required seed on the top? Oh, ether in the sanctuary. And I missed it. Oh, goodness.
Oh, boy. Okay, it looks like Benteezy decided to go with the escape route first while Walkingeye is checking out the Lost Woods. Get some red rupees from the bush crab. That's not bad.
Oh, that's nice. I'll allow Walkingeye to buy some rupees. Has, thought about no interest, but will pick up the boomerang.
Nice convenient item to find early on. So far, just a bomb upgrade and escape for Benteezy here.
Oh, look at this. Slimkirby picking up a bomb. Bigdunka has a bomb as well, and the crabs are dropping red rupees on all screens.
All the money everywhere.
This helps pull out some money when you need it badly here. Bad news on the top. We end up having a tree pull for hearts. Slimkirby took a look at what was inside the tree.
Yeah, didn't quite catch it, sadly. More love and escape for Benteezy here. We'll find out what the tree had for Bigdunka here.
It looks like a
just
big
an upgrade.
Yeah, it looks like a bomb upgrade.
Yeah.
And a blue rupee, and I'm surprised that Slim is picking that up. Benteezy now going up against the ball and chain guard. We'll see what's inside Zelda's chest. Just bombs.
Not exactly what you really want, but in the beginning of an open seed, bombs are pretty valuable, I'd say.
Benteezy finally picking up the shield. Slim, oh, that's a nice tree pull. There are another 80 rupees. This is going to be a rich seed on the bottom.
Yeah, looks like it. They're all already close to 300, just going into Kakariko.
I don't think you're going to have to worry about Bigdunka or Slimkirby having to do the hula hand strats. Bottle vendor, blue goo for Walkingeye.
Also a very nice find. That means he can finish off his round in Kakariko and check the sick kit right away.
We got synchronicity going on with Slimkirby and Bigdunka. They are in the blind, the thieves' hideout or the hut or whatever you want to call this room. Benteezy has no interest picking up the red boomerang.
And Walkingeye finds a blue male down in the well. While our bottom two runners here are in almost perfect sync, just cleaning out the rest of Blind's hut.
Yeah, they don't have the luxury of having a weapon like Benteezy does on the top.
Interestingly enough, Benteezy skipped the red boomerang but went over to pick up the blue one. Looks like he likes the short range one a little better.
Yeah, the red comes a little bit... Wow, take a look at the difference between the bottom seat and the top seat. This is a treasure trove inside the hut. We have the bow, the moon pearl, and the flute.
Holy moly, that's all you can wish for here.
Benteezy about to get those riches. Slimkirby about to do the chicken coop. Will he do the chicken clip? He's
Looks
setting
like
up.
it.
He's got it. Walkingeye doing the swag duck anthem.
Well, Slimkirby picks up his fire rod that bigdunka will now also get from the chicken coop.
That's actually a nice weapon to have at this stage. It's something that you need to have a full magic meter to get the full benefit out of, but it's nice to have.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a good weapon to have in lieu of anything else.
Power Glove for Slimkirby.
Oh, very nice.
It's so bad. And there's the swords. Okay, so... look at that. Side-by-side swords.
And Benteezy also found the power glove and the above seed in the well. Different chest, but also down in the well, apparently.
Are we sure there's a difference between these two seeds?
Is this even randomized?
Nothing much there. Walkingeye has called upon the swag duck, about to go into Link's house. Head up to Hyrule Castle. He'll be disappointed about the items that he's going to find in there. And I like this sync here between Slimkirby and bigdunka. This is helping us out.
Yeah, that's definitely making our job a little easier here. The perfect sync on the bottom seed here.
Bomb upgrade inside the library on the bottom. Don't have to worry about that.
Nope, probably gonna pick up enough of those during your run anyways.
And the race game is good for bombs. And we get the map check, and I thought I saw all 3B crystals, but I can't be 100% certain.
I definitely saw Desert and Eastern B crystals, 1 and 7, I believe.
Sick Kid, good for 20 rupees on the top 2. And, jeez, what is going on with Slimkirby and bigdunka? They're going the same places. Look at this.
Are these even two different people playing?
And, oh, the Moon Pearl. Red Rupee and the map.
Alright, on the second map check up on top on Benteezy's side, I can confirm that all 3 Light World dungeons are crystals. 1, 3, and 7, I think.
Red Ruby turned out to be in the library for the top 2 runners. So, where's Slim and bigdunka going now? Oh, are they setting up?
I believe they're both.
They're both setting up for Houlihan.
Yep,
Now,
absolutely.
you don't have to go into the cave to do this.
I don't think you have to, but if you somehow don't get the camera alignment right, going into the cave and back out resets it, so it definitely works. So maybe they were just making sure.
And synchronized Houlihan room. Money at the swamp for Benteezy.
Some optimized rupee picking up here from both players on the bottom.
They're going to go to the swamp. They're going swamp. They're going to go to swamp. They're both going the same route. A big thank you to Slimkirby, bigdunka for going the same route. This helps us out. On the top, 2 different routes. Mini Moldorm Cave. Check for Benteezy.
Has a lot of items you want to check out. Hopefully not all rupees and heart pieces.
Bomb upgrade. Money. Heart. And heart. How much there? That mini Moldorm Cave stunk for Benteezy.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of cursed that. bigdunka is picking up his little wet heart here from the dam. Slimkirby decides to do the same. The sync keeps up. They're not diverging.
Walkingeye will be going into the escape. Benteezy checking the ice rod. Oh, the boots! What are those? Walkingeye has
gotta go
found the
fast.
boots.
Oh, bigdunka is going with the ether strats here in the mini
And the
cave.
book in the ice rod cave.
Both our bottom runners just found their silver arrows.
Oh, the silver arrows are nice to find, but these two want to get a bow. Walkingeye and Benteezy want those silver arrows that they found.
Yeah, Walkingeye doesn't even have a single normal arrow to his inventory right now.
I like this check from Walkingeye. Going to go ahead and check Shrashla.
Yep, our good friend over here. What is he hiding today?
Nothing good. A little bit of love and some money, which will help out in the health regards, but nothing to progress the seed. Benteezy and Eastern Palace, and we've got the two checking ice rod over here on the bottom.
That sync is incredible. I feel like bigdunka just waited a second just so Slimkirby could sync up with him again.
Hey, they just got some bombs there. I like this play that Benteezy's making. You have the bow. If you can withstand the dark rooms, you can finish this dungeon.
Yeah, and Eastern Palace dark rooms are considered one of the easier dark rooms.
Whoa, we have a divergence.
Oh.
Bigdunka is going to grab some rupees, while Slimkirby has enough rupees. With the Moon Pearl in hand, could do fake flippers if you wanted to check Zora area.
Well, and
oh, I've never seen that strat before. He used the bomb to align himself at the edge of the screen, allowing him the perfect setup for fake flippers. I like that from Slib.
Yeah, that's really good. I've never seen that before. That's an interesting way to set up the fake flipper.
Benteezy with Titan's mitts. Walkingeye is about to get his.
That's a big find.
Bigdunka and Slim checking the hobo.
A hobo offers them a bunch of money while Benteezy picks up a fairy in a bottle here as his second item in Eastern Palace.
And the reverse fake flippers too.
Both of them still so in sync.
The book for Benteezy turned out to be in the Ice Rod Cave. And dark room here for Benteezy, no problem. So we're gonna get the Jesus Wall coming up for both Bigdunka and Slimkirby with the Moon Pearl. They have access to this. Just gotta be careful. Oh, get out of the way here. Oh no, Slim!
Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's costly.
Now, if there's something big up here, that gives Bigdunka an advantage.
And he also destroyed the perfect sync.
Red rupee and 50 rupees. The question is, does Zora have anything important?
So far, not so great. Let's see if Zora costs anything up today.
So Slim's going to head on over to Hyrule Castle. I like this decision here. You've already spent time. It's going to take you a lot of time to get back. Oh, half magic on the ledge, which Bigdunka can't grab.
No, but at least he knows about it. The question is, does he think it's going to be worth it once he grabs the flippers?
Slim does not have the lamp, so he's going to be doing dark rooms coming up.
Oh, that's brave. I mean, the escape dark rooms aren't the worst because the enemies don't hurt so much.
500 rupees, arrow upgrade. This does not hurt Slim in that case.
Nope, that actually worked out quite well for him. Even though I'm sure Zora and that area will be on his mind throughout the seed.
So Bigdunka is going to be heading to Hyrule Castle too. Whether or not he attempts to do the dark room is going to be another question. Slim's got to be careful down to a heart and a half at this point.
Yeah, he's got to watch out. He doesn't want to take a death down here.
Yeah, he's where he needs to be to get the chest. We don't know where the chest is. I think he found it. And we're waiting. We don't have the sound. We have the... Oh, it's just the key. Oh, no.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Wasted trip, and he will do a death abuse here. I like how the Toad sprite does show up when you die in a dark room like that. Oh, look at the sync we got going on top.
Yeah, seems like both our seeds here have just switched their sync-in properties.
Slimkirby now checking down the basement of Hyrule Castle. That's where bigdunka is right now. The big development as far as this dungeon was concerned is the Titan's Myth for Benteezy and Walkingeye. That's going to give them access to the Dark World.
Yeah, that's a very huge find for both of them.
I need you to take over for just a moment because I just froze.
Yeah, so did I, unfortunately.
Well, I can tell you that the fight against the Armos Knights were for a compass.
Yeah.
Slim's death was intended. And I am back, and bigdunka is going up against a guard. I'll let you know what happens at some point. Walkingeye finish off against the Armos Knights. Will get his compass. Benteezy going to go ahead and text Shirashula. There was a heart container in that chest with the guard in it. And bigdunka is going up against the ball and chain guy. He's got the beam, so that's going to help him defeat this without any problem. And inside, just a 20 rupees. So Hyrule Castle is nothing good, except for the back three of escape.
Yeah, they've cleared it out completely, and the trek down to Zelda cell wasn't really worth it, unfortunately.
So the question is where does the seed want Slim and bigdunka to go? I think they're pretty much out of options at this point. With the exception of, oh, that's right, they haven't gone to Eastern, they haven't checked Shirashula, they haven't checked Agina. Slim might make another attempt to go for fake flippers. Benteezy taking the breadcrumbs, heading on over to Desert, going on inside.
Yeah, I like that play. I think it's a good choice to follow where the seed leads you. Trying to read the seed usually isn't a good idea, but following the lead it gives you usually is.
Titan's Myth in the back of Shirashula, and that will give bigdunka Dark World access. Slimkirby looks like he might be going to Agina.
Yeah, hopefully he checks Sahasralas out soon to also find his Titan's Myths.
Yeah, bigdunka getting those Titan's Myths is key right there. That's going to bring him on over to the Dark World, where the seed wants him to go. And I wouldn't be surprised if the next breadcrumb is in Skull Woods based on their equipment.
Yeah, that sounds very likely. We also got a map check from bigdunka here. We've got crystals 5 and 6. Man, I missed most of it, unfortunately, even though I had this map open for quite a while.
And what does Agina have back here? Agina has the single arrow. Ow.
Oh, that's painful.
Walkingeye now gonna go. Is Walkingeye setting up for fake flippers? Nope, he's going right straight to the Ice Rod Cave. He'll be picking up the book real soon. Slim is heading for Shirashula. That's good because he will then get the Titan's Myth to bring him on over to the Dark World.
Oh, it looks like Ben picked up the lamp. Getting his light cone here in escape, doesn't have to check any more dark rooms. While Walkingeye is setting up here, going over to Hobo, checking up that item.
So Slim gets the Titan's Myth, but now it's heading on over to Eastern Palace. Now, the question is, does Eastern Palace have anything big in it? Now, bigdunka is following the breadcrumbs, is checking Skull Woods, but it doesn't look like Skull Woods had anything that bigdunka's is interested at this point.
Yeah, so far, nothing yet.
But yeah, Benteezy found the lamp. I am wondering if he found the lamp in Desert.
Yeah, I think it must have been Desert, right? I don't really... Sadly, we probably missed it, but I think it should have been Desert. We've got bigdunka here checking out the chest game. Just a bunch of arrows and the heart.
Nothing good. Lamp was Zagina. And nothing good at the waterfall. There's been nothing good at the waterfall in either of these seeds.
Yeah, both of the waterfalls have been kind of disappointing, sadly. It's like Ben is immediately heading over to pick up the old man from the cave with his newfound lamp.
Might be a breadcrumb play here.
Not a bad choice considering how early they got the flute.
And for Walkingeye, what is 500 rupees going to yield him? Just a little bit of love.
So the whole Zora area was basically not that great for both of our seeds, it seems like.
Bigdunka is in Thieves Town. A dungeon that if you get lucky, you can get all the items without needing... Oh, the mirror!
That is a huge find.
Benteezy grabbing the rock. It looks like he's in a little bit of frustration with that.
It seems like Walkingeye, if I'm interpreting the music correctly, is making his way through Escape in the Dark right now.
No, it actually sounds like he's in a cave. Like he just escorted the old man up without the lamp.
Oh, weird. Why did I hear water?
Because that's how the cave sound is. It's got that little splish splash sound. Slimkirby goes to the dark rooms to find a piece of heart. Cannot finish Eastern. The play he needs to make is to the dark world.
Absolutely. Especially... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, especially considering we found the mirror in Thieves Town for bigdunka. Then Slimkirby absolutely needs to make his play for Dark World.
Bigdunka ended up finding the lamp. And we get a map check. And for the top seed, green pendant, Turtle Rock, the green pendant, Thieves Town, red pendant, Turtle Rock, blue pendant, Misery Mire.
Yeah, and if I saw that correctly, Ice Palace was Crystal 5. I didn't spot Crystal 6.
That makes for an interesting seed up top, because that means that the Canis Maria may not be required this seed. Of course, you know what I mean by may not.
Yeah, sadly, I do know exactly what you mean. The seed might turn out for them to require the right side of Ganon's tower.
I remember that one SRL race that was one of the weeklies that I didn't get to play in, but I heard a lot of groaning after they had to do a double trip to find the Canis Maria and Misery Mire.
Oh, that sounds ugly. And speaking of Misery Mire, we see Benteezy making his way to the Mire area right now.
And he's going to get the same intelligence that Walkingeye does in regards to the crystal placement. And there it is. Knows that the Canis Mara is not going to be required, so it does make perfect sense to go through the Meyer shed here.
Yep, and it also looks like the crystal number 6 must be in Light World, if I've seen that map check correctly. And ooh, Benteezy finds the Master Sword.
Yep, sword upgrade, and was that the single arrow? Yep, we found the single arrow.
Yep.
Guess what, guys? We have now found the meme single arrow on both of these seeds. We can go home now. Good night.
Yep, good night. That was it. We're done for tonight.
Be sure to follow the rest of Speed Gaming for more exciting races. That includes Speed Gaming 1, Speed Gaming 2, Speed Gaming 3, Speed Gaming 4.
And follow all the other channels.
Blind is down for bigdunka. All right, digging game. Slimkirby's side. How many digs? Take a guess.
16.
Well, we're at 11 now. That's 14, 15, 16, and more and more and more. Oh, yay! A single arrow. A single rupee, rather.
All that work for a single rupee. Looks like bigdunka is headed exactly that same way too right now. He does have the option to bring the smith back very quickly with his mirror that he has, which by the looks of it he wants to do after he's done digging here for his single rupee.
Yeah, Slimkirby does need to get into Thieves Town because that mirror is going to be required, I believe. Yep. It is going to be required because it turns out that Swamp Palace is a required dungeon this seed.
Absolutely. And on top of that, it opens up a bunch of mirror locations that you can check that might just have the required item.
Can we get some hype? Can we get some hype? Could we have a good hype cave here for Slimkirby? Starts off not quite as hype. And then it still remains not quite as hype. And then nothing. And the bow! There's your hype.
Yeah, moderately exciting case. Can we settle on that?
Feels amazing, man.
I'm sure Slimkirby will be very happy about that find, considering they found silvers very early on in that seed. Looks like the blacksmith for bigdunka only had 20 bucks. Pay 10 bucks to get 20 bucks. I'd probably go for that deal.
Uh-oh. Slimkirby died trying to pull off the fake flippers earlier. And it looks to me like he's setting himself up to try it again. We know it's not going to yield him anything here.
Slimkirby. That might waste him a little bit of time, unfortunately. I hope he goes right to Thieves Town after that. But we get to see the 3 bomb strategy again.
Yeah, unfortunately it didn't work out this time. Azor decided that it was not going to play nice, and there we go. Fake flipper again.
First try every time.
Walkingeye going up against the Lambolas.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't keep track of how many items have been grabbed in Desert so far on the top screen.
Yeah, I sadly haven't either. But he's doing this fight with only the fighter sword, which is not too unheard of, but still not something you ideally want to do.
Yeah, it's a shame he doesn't have any powerful arsenal to go up against the Lambola to knock him off really quickly. Bigdunka about to turn in Gary's chest. Could this be something important? Nope, just 10 arrows. So the Dwarf Spreadsmith and the chest, not important this seed. But you know where Big Dunk is going next. There really is only one place where he can go at this point, where he's standing. That is the Hype Cave, so he'll be picking up the bow in just a moment.
Yeah, finally getting his bow, which in return opens up a bunch of other places that he can now clear out or go to.
Well, grabbing the bow now will maybe push him over to Eastern. Oh no, was this a death warp here from Slimkirby, or did he die before he was able to pay money to Zora? Either way, he is now back. And hopefully we'll be heading for the Dark World now. Benteezy's in Skull Woods, where he finds a heart container. And it doesn't look like he was happy about finding it there.
No, waiting on a ride with the Wallmaster here, but that's one of two items, and it's just quote-unquote a heart container. You'd rather find some progression, I assume.
Both of our runners are making good plays, but the plays just haven't paid off for a couple of our runners so far. Bigdunka, time to head to Eastern.
Yep, go straight to Eastern with his newfound bow, as you said.
Bombo's fine for Walkingeye, which Benteezy found a little while ago. Oh, Bigdunka turned in the green pendant to find that, sadly, the big green pendant's not worth it. The only thing that seemed to be worth it in that piece time was the lamp, as well as the mirror.
Yeah, those were absolutely worth it, I'd say.
All right, digging game for Walkingeye, new set of numbers. This does not be the same as it was on the bottom seed.
I'm sticking with my prediction.
Well, you're wrong. It's a piece of heart.
Wrong again.
One of these days we'll be right on games like this. Arrow upgrade at the Bumper Cave tells Benteezy that the Magic Cape is not required this seed.
Yep, no progression item up there is usually a good thing to see. And it looks like Walkingeye is going over to check the stump kit now.
Ooh, the cane of Burna.
It's a very nice convenience item to find.
Very nice convenience item, and technically could be required.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, of course. You never know what Spike Cave holds.
Spike Cave, Laser Bridge. Could be talking about having to go across the Spike Pit over in Ice Palace to get the hook shot. Never know when that's going to happen.
Yeah, and I think the logic even considers that one chest in Mire now that's on the spikes required.
Yep, hype time for Team Red. No, Mushroom, Mirror. Both hype caves turning out to be rather hype this seed.
Pretty good.
Slim's going to the finish here of the Skull Woods. This is not a move that we saw Bigdunka do.
Well, that's very true. He probably didn't want to fight Mothula with the current equipment he had at that time. He's picking up his cane of brine, while Walkingeye decides to clear out the rest of Escape now that he has a lamp and can actually see where he's going.
Slimkirby using the silver arrows to knock off the Gyarados. Good decision. You got 50 of them, might as well use them.
Yeah, and these Gyarados can be really annoying, intercepting your precious fire rod shots when you want to save as much magic as you can.
Yeah, he's trying to save up the magic for the Mothula fight coming up. Oh, Benteezy does not have any more bombs.
Oh no.
He cannot investigate the remainder of the Hype Cave and now has to make a nice important purchase.
But gets a full bomb bag, I guess, is what Blink has.
Big 30 bombs for 100 rupees. Ooh, Slimkirby's first 2 fire rod shots missed.
And Ben picking up his mirror.
Slimkirby trying to work against this Mothula is very, very patient, not trying to rush this fight. And Mothula down. Beautiful fight there from Slim to get the map.
Gets a burrito for his troubles. And a crystal.
More importantly, he's the first one to get a crystal of the two runners on the bottom. Don't forget, this is Benteezy versus Walkingeye and Slimkirby versus bigdunka. This is a race between the top two and the bottom two. Two of these guys will be 1-0 at the end of tonight. Two of these guys will be 0-1.
Looks like the mirror spot for Ben only has 10 arrows. Nothing too great. While Slimkirby makes this track back through Skullwoods. Is he still missing an item?
No, I think he's just taking the long way through because he didn't want to go back. Oh, he doesn't have the mirror to go back.
Oh, right. bigdunka picking up his tempered sword from Armos Knights here. And we get a first tablet check from Ben up top. Just a piece of heart.
Gotta watch out for those pieces of hearts that are coming down from the air.
It seems dangerous, especially since the pointy bit is pointing down towards you.
It's trying to stab you, not give you extra life. Benteezy continuing on this Froggy World tour, which becomes a little more regular in open mode, especially now that they've made it so you possibly can get the mirror with the frog in tow. But since he picked up the mirror on the way, he's not going to finish off this tour until he's totally ready to bring him back.
Yeah, I guess he figured, you know, that guy has been locked behind those weird skulls for so long. I just want to show him the world a little bit.
Oh, look! I just realized what the toad turns into a one-up mushroom. Oh, the ice rod for Benteezy for Pendant Turtle Rock.
Might come in handy somewhere else.
bigdunka taking the mirror heading to Hera. That's a great play. This is the play I would make.
Yeah, I agree. I like this play. And it seems like the mirror spots haven't really been working out for Walkingeye so far.
It might be the same situation that is going on with bigdunka. The progression might end up having to be heading up to Hera.
Yeah, that's very true. With mirror in hand, that's no problem.
Oh, Benteezy finds the hammer. It is in Thieves Town for the top seed.
The hammer is also a very huge find.
Always required.
Always required. And Walkingeye passes up on the bug net that he finds on top of the graveyard ledge.
Slimkirby continuing to run through. Well, now run through. We haven't found the boots for either the runners on the bottom.
So far, it looks like the basement is not required for the seed at the bottom. Never know if it holds an item, though. Won't find out until you clear the whole place out otherwise.
Benteezy has pieced out of Turtle Rock, Turtle Rock, Thieves Town, thinking maybe the hammer's the only thing you need to get out of here.
An interesting choice. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt him later on.
Well, Thieves Town is a pendant dungeon, and he only did the first 4 search, so it's not like he may lose a lot of time should he have to go back later.
Yeah, that's very true.
Bigdunka finding the cane of Samaria as well as the bottle.
Yeah, well, we got a powder in Gary's lunchbox here in the top seed. It's picked up by Benteezy.
And if we were Phantom Ryu, we would be doing the catchphrase. We're going to preserve it until Phantom Ryu is able to come back to be with us. Walkingeye making the move that I was expecting him to make. He's going to go up to Hera next.
A very good choice.
But first, let's check the ether tablet. Slim's going to bring Blind in to find out what we got. He's got the lamp. He's got the mirror out of here. Benteezy checking Batcave. Bomb man.
Oh, very disappointing.
Oh, we got... Oh, is that a nice little find there for Walkingeye? I believe that's the fire rod.
That is definitely a nice little find. So that means on the top seed, both our rods have been found. As you mentioned earlier, Turtle Rock is sadly a pendant, but you never know what items might hide inside, or on Trinex.
Ooh, Slimkirby ends up dying to Blind. If I'm Slim, I would peace out of here, but he's not going to. He's going to give Blind one more try.
He's ready for the grudge match. And it looks like Benteezy is making his way up to the pyramid and maybe Quakefish afterwards.
Walkingeye has found both items in this Tower of Hera, so there is absolutely no reason to go downstairs in either of these seeds. Bigdunka now going to finish off Skullwood. Slim going for revenge against Blind.
Let's hope he has more luck this time. So far it's looking good for him.
Yeah, but the real challenge comes once you get both of those heads off. Can't really get bodied by these things. You just gotta take it easy. I mean, just do the same thing he did against Mothula. Unfortunately, he's down to 2 hearts now. Make it 1. One more hit, he's dead. And he is. Again,
that's painful.
If I'm Slimkirby, and this is not even speaking knowing what is the item in here, I know it's not necessary. Get out of here.
And that is exactly what he does.
Come back if you feel that the green pendant was necessary. We know it's not required. It didn't turn out to be anything. Silver arrows from the catfish for Benteezy.
That's a very nice find. And since Walkingeye already checked the Zora area earlier with his water walk glitch, I'm not sure he'll think of coming there anytime soon.
Slimkirby taking the breadsmith back. This turned out not to be important. Bigdunka finishing off Mothula. Again, the map drop. And right now, both Slimkirby and Bigdunka have 1 crystal apiece.
Yep.
Walkingeye right now has 3 crystals to Benteezy's 1. But it just seems to me like Benteezy's done a lot more exploration on the overworld, whereas Walkingeye is doing what the seed tells you to do. Go to dungeons.
Yeah, Benteezy has found a couple more items so far compared to Walkingeye, but except for the hammer and maybe the sword upgrade, I don't think it's really paid off too much yet.
Yeah, the one big problem is Walkingeye just walked right by where the hammer is. He's got to take a chance with Pendant Thieves Town.
Yeah, if We26 taught me anything, it's to never ignore Pendant Dungeons anymore.
And I take that back because Bigdunka has also finished off Eastern, whereas Slim was unable to do so earlier. I know Slim's probably trying to route it so he does at the same time he does Pod. And there's Walkingeye picking up the Ice Rod that hopefully is not required this seed.
Yeah, hopefully. Benteezy slowly making his way through Pod. He's not going to be pole-locked or anything. You can check everything with the hammer you got. And we're seeing a graveyard ledge check here from bigdunka, and he finds the book for his troubles. So that opens up Desert Palace for them, which he might be headed towards right now.
The flippers and the hookshot could be in the pedestal.
Ooh.
For Bigdunka and Slimkirby, your pendant dungeons are what? Pod, which obviously then Slimkirby's going to want to go to Eastern at some point in time. But Pod, Thieves Town, and what else was their pendant dungeon?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
One of the light worlds are.
It has to be one of the light worlds. It wasn't EP because bigdunka already has the crystal from EP.
So I'm trying to think on their side, what could be at the pedestal? For them, hammer can't be. Because you need that for Pod.
Yeah. It could be Ice Rod, I think, for the required Trinex fight.
Ice Rod could be. Never know when boots are going to be required.
That's also one, yes. It could also be Flute, I believe.
Benteezy ended up doing a bomb jump, the hammer jump. And he's been practicing that before this race began, so we know that he could pull that off. Bigdunka following the breadcrumbs here, taking that book and trying to see whether or not it leads to something. You know what else could, you know what else could be at the pedestal for the bottom two runners? The flute.
Oh yeah, the flute. That would be really mean. They'll definitely need it to get into Mire. Oh, and bigdunka.
Yeah, is that the butter sword for Bigdunka?
That is the butter sword for bigdunka.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful right there. Slim going to get the big key. He's here. He's going to get the bottle. He's going to get the cane Samaria. Just a reminder for people at 48 minutes in, the top two runners, Benteezy and Walkingeye, are playing one seed. Slimkirby and Bigdunka, they are playing a different seed. Benteezy and Walkingeye, one of those two are going to be the winner, go to 1-0 and they're in the tournament and 0-1. Slimkirby and Bigdunka, one of them will win, going to 1-0, and the other one will go 0-1. Okay, Samaria pickup for Slimkirby.
He's going to be happy to find that, I'm sure. And decides to go the vanilla way to the big chest.
And I'm going to guess, because of how Bigdunka did not finish Desert, that Desert had to be the pendant dungeon.
Yeah, that's probably a safe bet. Benteezy going up against the Helmasaur King here, finishing up Pod.
Bottle pickup for Slimkirby, that would be his second.
And a Quicksilver arrow to the dome. Finishes off Helmasaur King here.
Beautiful fight there for Benteezy, getting out of pod and getting the map for his efforts plus the crystal. So for the top, the question is, where is the hook shot? Where is the flippers for the bottom? Where are the boots? Because those still could be very important. Oh, maybe that also might be why bigdunka was not unable to finish.
Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe that's the reason why he couldn't finish Desert.
And Nahara was the pendant. So Desert was a crystal, so it had to be Big Key on the torch. Barrow, though, we're keeping it with 4 strings, just like you guys are. So Hera was the red pendant.
And it looks like bigdunka decides, alright, I'm gonna do Aga here. No hammer.
Interesting decision. Interesting decision, yeah. He might be out of options at this point.
Yeah, I think it's quite curious myself, but it might pay off big time for him.
So as bigdunka heads up and becomes the first runner to head up to visit our dear friend Ganon, he likes to shoot off blue balls to our runners. Your job in chat is to guess how many blue balls you think bigdunka will have to face in this upcoming Ganon fight.
Benteezy's been speeding his way out of Spike Cave as quickly as he can. Probably not very happy to only find 20 rupees in there.
Yeah, I think he's wanting to make the play for Tower of Hera. Now, Benteezy does have access also to the right side of the Death Mountain because he's got the hammer.
Yep, and that's a couple of chests you definitely don't want to miss. And with their Titansmiths, they also have access to the right side in the Dark World, which is even more items for them to check.
Ooh, Slimkirby wants revenge against Blind. Will he get that revenge?
Started the fight armed with sword beams, gets the first phase over quickly. Benteezy on the top finds a second rod in the Tower of Hera.
Yeah, the most important rod to find at this point. This is a much better fight here for Slimkirby, using the Cane of Samaria strats. Beautiful use, and finally gets Blind down. We'll be disappointed, but who knows? With 2 pendants in hand, we don't know if this is a pedestal required seed yet.
It could very well be. Let's see if bigdunka's Ganon 1 play here pays off, or if they might be stuck doing a pedestal.
Blue balls. Randomizer runner favorite thing. Also speedrunners.
Everyone loves blue balls in Ganon.
I'll remember that for when you're in the secondary tournament.
Yeah, thanks.
Hard container from Sarashla for Walkingeye. So the green pendant does not turn out to be valuable for either runner. So bigdunka is doing this play because he may think that he has absolutely no access to the right-hand side. Now, there have been developments lately finding out ways to spin your way or walk on water across the river. But neither of these runners might be comfortable doing that.
Yeah, that's very true. It's kind of risky to do that because you might end up just soft locking yourself and wasting a whole lot of time.
So Slimkirby's about to bring the green pendant to Sarashla to find money. Bigdunka is going to find out what's on this pyramid ledge. Is this a Ganon required seed? Blue rupees, but this gives him access to catfish. This also gives him access to the Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, he has a few options now that so far at least, Slimkirby does not have. And we can only hope that it pays off for him.
And now look. We've now seen 2 required pendant dungeons for these 2 runners on the bottom. You know what could end up happening here? We could see a blind pull of the pedestal if the hammer turns out to be here for bigdunka.
That's true. Oh man. Not only could it be a pedestal seat, we could see a blind pull, as you say.
Slimkirby now in Eastern Palace, finishing that dungeon off. Again, the question is, was that Agadim required? What is in this Palace of Darkness? What is Benteezy going to find here on the top? He finds the Cane of Samaria, which removes the possibility of it being in Ganon's tower. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, usually something you're super happy to find, but they might not even require it in this seed.
You know, medallions in Cane of Samaria are things you do not want to see at this point when 2 of your pendant dungeons require the Cane of Samaria and a medallion to get into. Now, this game gave them the fire rod and the ice rod, not in the worst positions. Could it be required to grab it for the pedestal to get the hook shot? Could it be required to get the flippers? I'm keeping focus on bigdunka right now because what he finds in Palace of Darkness is huge. Half magic found for Benteezy. Blue goo found. Bigdunka finding keys.
Yeah, usually the front side of POD is very key heavy, I'd say, thanks to the key logic.
Sword was the pickup from the Armos Knights, so that's how bigdunka was able to get butter. And we'll let you know what happens in just a moment. So I wonder where these things are.
Yeah, if you compare the inventories of both seeds, our upper seed here seems to be having a lot more items found so far. But both are still looking for those few always required items.
Well, we'll let you know when we find something. So, Herfy.
Yes.
Apparently the boots were in pod.
Oh, really? How disappointing.
That's all apparently that Big Dunka found.
Well, that's at least a start. Which is a nice item to find, though. Well, we do know, right? I hope I'm not mixing up the seeds, but we do know that the roots were required to finish Desert Palace, right?
Very possible. That was probably why Big Dunka ended up having to leave there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just waiting to see where this is going to turn out to be. Hopefully we'll get to show some video of this. Big Dunk is going into the bonk rocks here. And it turned out to be money. Nothing good was in the library. I wonder if the fight with the... Oh, Flute was also in there.
Oh, wow, that's a huge find.
Yep, Flute was in there. Which removes one of the possibilities for the pedestal.
And it seems to be like Benteezy made his way independent Turtle Rock as we feared originally in the upper seed. Both the rods found and apparently the right medallion to open it up. I see in his inventory right now that he also has found Quake in the meantime. So he has all 3 medallions now. He's even stopping to check Mimic Cave. And it only had an arrow upgrade.
Big Dunk is back in Desert, finishing this dungeon off. Lamolas have an item.
It looks like so far the Turtle Rock play hasn't really paid off for Benteezy. He's found the last medallion, as I mentioned earlier, and only key so far, but we'll see. He hasn't really gotten to the big chunks of chests yet, namely the laser bridge.
Well, I don't know where Slimkirby is, or... You said Benteezy's in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, he's checking the laser bridge right now, and so far he's only gotten a red rupee out of it.
Ew.
And the second one, laser bridge, absolutely worthless. Unless Trinex has something amazing, I don't think the Turtle Rock play paid off at all for Benteezy here, unfortunately.
Oh, never mind. Lamolas did not have an item. Big Dunka has found them both. Just didn't mark it on the tracker. Just gets the map out of it, but gets the crystal.
Alright, Benteezy going into his Trinex fight.
I'm just interested in where the seed wanted these guys to go.
Benteezy opting to go for the hammer strats here instead of the master sword on the Trinex fight, gets both the heads down.
Why is Big Dunka back in Desert? Oh, he's checking big chest. That's why. Okay, so the right side.
Trionyx only has the compass, so Benteezy picks up his red pendant, probably not very happy about his Turtle Rock play, unless it turns out they're actually really doing a pedestal seed.
Well, all I can see is what's going on Benteezy's screen on the restream now. Oh, we're good. Here we go. Walkingeye is checking Hookshot Cave, and we're back.
And we're back.
So, Walkingeye is checking the one spot in the Hookshot Cave that you can access. And it just is a piece of heart.
And it looks like bigdunka finally found the item in desert he was looking for, which was unfortunately only a cape.
Only the cape. Well, we knew that there wasn't anything good inside of the bumper cave earlier. bigdunka now checking Meyer's shed. Meyer's shed, do you have anything good for us? Bombs and 20 rupee, but what is that medallion required to get into Misery Mire?
It looks like we're getting a pedestal check from Benteezy up here, trying to confirm.
Oh, Benteezy, give us the pedestal check. Couch cash, move along.
Not a pedestal seat.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man. And Slimkirby is picking up his boots from Pod.
Yep, this is where the seed wanted them to go, but I don't know where exactly. Oh, it is either to get into Misery Mire.
Oh, there we go. That's exactly where the seed wanted them to go.
What does Misery Mire have in store for these runners? I think it's amazing that an hour 7 in, none of these four have flippers. None of these four have a hook shot.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy considering.
And Walkingeye finally getting the Master Sword.
Finally a sword upgrade here.
Oh, Benteezy apparently got the flippers in Turtle Rock, according to Solsky.
Oh, really? Apparently we missed that while we had that little outage here. But that's obviously a very important find.
I'll confirm when we take a look at the menu. Yep, he does have the flippers. So Turtle Rock had the flippers required for Swamp Palace. Interesting game.
Oh, that's ugly. But with all the medallions and the early rods that they had, we were kind of anticipating it, I guess would be a good way to put it.
So Benteezy with the flippers in Turtle Rock. Walkingeye is checking the Misery Mire. bigdunka is checking Misery Mire. Slimkirby is running out of options in this Palace of Darkness. This seed, both of these seeds, just really are taking these guys on a complete whirlwind.
Yeah, it's been quite the crazy trip for both, or for all four of our runners, I should say.
Slim ends up picking up the flute. He's got both treasures in here. Slim, you can't beat this dungeon. You don't have the hammer.
no. I hope he realizes it.
He's gonna realize it after he pokes the eye statue. This isn't a bad play for I mean, this isn't a horrible thing for Slim, but he's just gonna lose some time because of this. And Slim, if he goes down those stairs, he forgot about the hammer requirement. Oh, no, he just mirrors out. He knows about it.
Yep, he just remembered. Maybe he just wanted to open that doorway for later on.
That may have been it, too. I don't think bigdunka has found anything major in this Misery Mire just yet.
Not that I've seen. It seems like Walkingeye has Ether. He had it equipped for quite a while, but I'm not sure if he found that in Mire. I don't think so.
Oh, there's the hammer. Hammer in Mire.
Oh, and another huge find for bigdunka here. Just barely makes it to the falling tile bridge and gets a piece of heart.
And a piece of heart as well. So you were required to double dip Pod. Well, actually, we don't know about that just yet because Pod is a pendant dungeon.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The question is for bigdunka and Slimkirby seed, is it a pedestal required seed? Walkingeye has found both items in Misery Mire. It was a single rupee and 3 bombs. Nothing good. Slimkirby's going to have to follow the breadcrumbs. That flute has got to be screaming, go to Mire. The boots ate him there because Desert Palace was not beatable without it. And technically right now, just taking a look at Benteezy, he's just a hook shot away from go mode.
Oh, you're completely right. He really does just need the hook shot and he will be in go mode.
Bombo strats for Benteezy against Cold Stare. Here he goes, getting him over to the corner, using some Fire Rod strats, that half magic helping him out. That is a Cold Stare that has been annihilated.
Absolutely clean fight here from Benteezy. No problem at all getting Cold Stare down.
Nobody puts Cold Stare to corner like Benteezy does.
At the same time, here we see bigdunka fighting Vitreous with the silver arrows, equally clean and quick. Absolutely no problem.
Slimkirby went to the wrong portal. Yeah, it has to wait for the swag deck to come back around. He wants to go to 6. There we go. Again, this is where the seed wants to take them. Because of the boots, because of the flute. And you've got what you need to go into Misery Mire.
It looks like he's going to Swamp, though, since he found those flippers.
I was talking Slimkirby. Benteezy is heading to Swamp, though. That is the right decision to make.
Oh, I'm sorry, of course.
Oh, no. He's doing Pyramid Bomb. I think... Yeah, he just did Skull Woods. That's part of the 5-6 combo. He already had done Skull Woods. That's part of the 5-6 combo. He's doing Pyramid Bomb.
Ooh, double-chested fairy. That's an interesting play.
And bigdunka is taking that hammer, heading to Eastern Death Mountain. This is the play you need to make. The hammer unlocks that. And you get a whole lot of chest checked out because of that. So will Slim go into Misery Mire? That is where the hammer is. Bigdunka checking the ether tablet. Ether tablet. The first shield for those two.
1 hour and 15 minutes in on the first shield. And looks like the double-chested fairy for Benteezy wasn't really worth it. Gets a single ruby.
Yep. And we know it's couch cash in the pedestal. Bigdunka is checking Spiral Cave. I agree with this play about going through desert first. There's a quick dungeon. You found one of the two, or actually Slim I don't think found both items yet because he's still on Tempered Sword. Benteezy going to Swamp Palace. If this has the hook shot, this is pretty much his game to win.
Yep, only missing the hookshot, which could be as trolly as possible and be in its vanilla location.
But Benteezy is running out of options. Walkingeye has to make it up to Turtle Rock at some point here. Magic Cape pickup for Slimkirby. Bigdunka checking the 5 chests. For the bottom race, it's the race to find where both the hookshot and the flippers are. Bigdunka's 3/5 of the way through, no flippers yet. There's a shovel. Interesting.
Yet another fetch quest.
Now, technically, Bigdunka might have access to Turtle Rock.
That's true. I don't think we've seen the required medallion yet. At least I don't remember it.
Neither of these two runners, Slimkirby or Bigdunka, were able to get up there. Walkingeye is making the play to head up to Turtle Rock. That's where he needs to go right now.
Yep, he's gonna find a very disappointing Turtle Rock, but also his flippers.
Well, that's the big play right there. You need the flippers. Butter Sword pickup for Slimkirby in Desert. That's going to help him out when he goes into Mire. There's the hook shot. Bigdunka has found the hook shot in the Super Bunny Cave.
Very nice find. I'm keeping a close eye on Benteezy here, seeing if he finds the hook shot.
Hook shot for Benteezy!
And there it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour 17:44. Benteezy has entered
Go mode.
And Bombo's required for Turtle Rock. So we can add Bombos to the requirements for Bigdunka and Slimkirby. So Bombos, Ice Rod, Flippers. Those 3 items still at large for those guys.
And there's the flippers for Bigdunka in their hookshot cave, so that's 1 item off the list.
And there's the Ice Rod.
And that's 2 items off the list. Quite a good hookshot cave, I'd say.
So the only way this can be a pedestal required seed now for the runners on the bottom is if the Ring of Fire is in the pedestal.
Yep, Bombos is the only thing they're missing for their go mode.
So Benteezy against Dargus, having to do Master Sword. 2 slashes per puff. You gotta love your cheesy puffs.
Yeah, not the greatest fight or the most fun fight with only Master Sword, but definitely doable. And chat brings up a good point. Benteezy even though he's probably very capable of doing Master Sword Ganon, is checking some more chests than he needs to, just in hopes of finding a Temper Sword at least.
Chain Chomps were the ones holding on to the flippers. And, oh, Walkingeye couldn't get past them. Yes, he used up a fairy.
If only he knew that was all he's going to find in here.
Bigdunka's back in pod. Interesting play here from Bigdunka. He wants to finish this thing off.
Interesting. Are they missing an item out of pod? They must be.
Well, he's got the map, the compass, and the big key. The Elmasar King has an item.
This is a very interesting choice. This could pay off huge for him.
Benteezy heading to Meyer. Well, with the beer in hand, looks like he's going to Desert. Yep, that's exactly where he's going. Quake Medallion inside of Turtle Rock. That was the item number 2, but that obviously was not required. So Slimkirby skips the torch room. He could be pretty alright with this, but he's still going to keep on pressing. Just a reminder for people here at an hour 21, Benteezy's taking on Walkingeye. That's one matchup. The other matchup is Slimkirby versus Bigdunka. We've had the pleasure of calling a quad race here. Herfy Durfy, how's it been going?
I've been trying to keep as much track as I can. I think I've been doing alright so far. It's quite taxing, I must admit, but definitely fun.
Yeah, it's interesting trying to keep a track of 4 runners that are on 2 different seeds at the same time. Bigdunka going up against the Elmasar King. 1 ring of fire away from go mode. And the other thing is this a pedestal required seed on the bottom? We do not know. We have not had any look at what is in the pedestal. Well, Bigdunka is about to claim the pendant. So the blue pendant, and Bigdunka did not get what he wanted from the Elmasar King.
1 more pendant added to his collection.
So Slimkirby's going to head on over to the right side. He's going to pick up the hammer. Bigdunka, where are you off to next? It's time to head and see. He got a shovel, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go turn that in and see what that is going to be.
You never know where you could dig up in some random grove.
Oh, Slim, you had to go a little faster. And the dig is all for 20 rupees. No good.
No,
So
good.
Bigdunka was in Tower of Hera. Apparently, he did not finish that dungeon. He did not get the pendant out of it.
Yeah, I think he left after he got the items and decided not to get the pendant, which, as you say, might still come back and haunt him.
Walkingeye ends up dying. I think right now the question is, how further in do you want to go into this? He's hoping to find the hook shot in here. We know that's not where it is. The answer for him is to go into Swamp Palace.
Yeah, that's what he should be doing, but with so many items still left in here, he is absolutely trying to check everything he can.
Compass is the first pickup in the Ice Palace, so no good for Bigdunka. Ice Palace, in this logic, has sometimes had a very required item in here. Hammer strats against Mothula for Benteezy. Goodbye.
Oh, that was very nice. Hammer strats are no fun on that boss, but looks like Benteezy very practiced here.
Benteezy had the practice ROM going, was doing a lot of practice before the seed began. Walkingeye heading to the laser bridge, but you mentioned earlier was nothing. Oh, Slim, you're down to a heart. Be careful. Oh, this is nerve-wracking for Slim. Down to a 1 heart.
Does not have powder to make use of the anti-fairies here.
And you don't want to get sniped by those little crawling things because they do pack a punch. Walkingeye heading into Ice Palace. Oh, no! Slim! Getting bumped off in that long chamber.
That hurts. That is not a death you want to take.
And that's going to give bigdunka a little more time to find where this ring of fire is.
Yeah, well, we have Benteezy, if I'm thinking correctly, heading right to Ganon's tower here.
We get a B-Torp in the big chest. Bigdunka having to go downstairs first. And you're right, Benteezy at 1 hour 26 is going into Ganon's tower. We get to do this twice this seed. Pick a number 1 through 22. Where do you think that big key is going to be located? On Benteezy's side? We take the number based on the order that Benteezy ends up going through these chests. So pick a number 1 through 22.
What's your usual pick, Rick? Do you have a number that you always pick?
No, I'm going to go 9 this time.
All right, I always pick 8. I don't know why, but I always pick 8.
Benteezy's setting up for possibly the Dark Magician route. Map pickup for bigdunka. So Benteezy up to... Oh, there's the red mail. That's a nice find. Oh, Tempered Sword. That's even better.
That's a really good room.
And he is doing Dark Magician route.
Yep, looks like he is absolutely doing the Dark Magician route. Props to him for that.
Slimkirby now back into the room he died in.
Yep, this time with a little more than just 1 heart.
Yeah. He's got silver arrows, so he should be fine against Vitreous. You keep an eye on Benteezy, I'll keep an eye on bigdunka. We're looking for a ring of fire. And it's just a small key.
Yeah, Benteezy coming up on his next set of chests here.
Blue cane for bigdunka. That would, I believe, be 2 items. Slimkirby about to knock out Vitreous. Benteezy, did this route pay off? No!
Finds a B-Torp, but not the big key.
And he's going to go right back. So that's 4, 2, that's 6, 7 is the torch, plus the 2. 4, 2, 1, that's 7, plus the 4, that's 11. We're at 11 chests right now for Benteezy.
Oh, looks like Slimkirby's turning in his mushroom down there while bigdunka gets ready for his cold stair fight.
Yeah, I agree with this play from Slimkirby more because it allows him to get some potions.
Yep, the mushroom didn't really pay off, but getting some potions is definitely very nice.
You don't have enough magic. Okay, good. You got a blue goo there, bigdunka.
Phew.
That would have been horrible if you did not have enough magic here for Cold Start. That's a miserable walk of shame.
Yeah, that is no fun at all, running out on magic on Cold Start before you even break his ice.
And a fairy in a bottle. 2 bottles in Ice Palace, but no Ring of Fire.
Still no Ring of Fire inside.
Benteezy still looking for the big key. And Butter Sword. So 2 sword upgrades in Ganon's Tower.
Alright, now Benteezy's fully equipped to face Ganon. Butter Sword, Silver Arrows, couldn't be better. All he needs is the dreaded big key.
Chest number 18 will be the Bob chest. Now this is good for Slimkirby, the fact that he will get the Ice Rod out of here. He will get the hook shot. The only problem is that he's still missing out on 1 major item for Go Mode. Well, guess what? The big key for Benteezy and Walkingeye will either be behind the Ice Armos or the Tile Room.
Big key in Tile Room. I saw that just yesterday, I believe.
Well, I believe in yesterday, but there's the big key. It turned out to be behind the Armos. So if you had number 19 for your guess, you win. Herfy Durfy, tell them what they win.
You win my adoration for guessing the right number. Is that good enough?
We'll let the chat decide.
Oh,
Ooh.
Benteezy getting bullied here by those mimics.
Yeah, this is not a favorable room for him. Oh, bigdunka is in Swamp Palace. And we've got the red boomerang pickup for bigdunka in Swamp. By the way, you know where the Ring of Fire could also be? At the double-chested fairy.
Oh, that would not be quite as trolly as the pedestal, but it could be close-ish.
Well, bigdunka is going to be able to just check once he's done with the Swamp Palace. Unless he finds the Ring of Fire in here. Benteezy down to 2.5 hearts in this Ganon's Tower, but luckily he's got some magic powder, but he's not even going to use it.
Nope, is confident in his abilities to get through this without any damage, and
he takes a heart damage. Luckily, he'll get a heart pickup in this next room, or not.
Oh, Benteezy is just man-moding it through. Doesn't care about anything. He might still have a fairy in a bottle, to be fair, but
that would have been funny if bigdunka found the Ring of Fire in the same chest that Benteezy went on Go Mode. Turned out not to be the case. I suppose Benteezy is making his way through some of these rooms, judging by what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's about as good a judgment as I can give at the moment.
I can tell you that bigdunka is making his way over to Argus.
And I can tell you that Benteezy is just starting his Aghanim 2 fight.
You want to give us the radio play-by-play of that?
Sure, I'll try my best. Oh, wait. We might actually be back.
Slimkirby was checking the spike cave. Is he going back to pod? Now, he has the ability to do a blind pull if that's necessary.
And Benteezy gets a double on his first hit here. Sadly misses on the second round.
Bigdunka has finished off with... Oh, that's the wrong medallion, I think.
That is such a troll. You get a medallion, you start being all happy, and then it turns out to be Quake and not Bombos. Benteezy here, not too happy with this Aghanim 2 fight, but finally gets him down.
Yeah, Benteezy might be thinking because of some of the decisions that he's made that he's behind, but we know he's ahead of this pace. Slimkirby is checking Catfish. Did bigdunka check Catfish?
I'll tell you. Yeah, he did. I'll tell you when I see the item, is what I was gonna say. And at exactly the 1 hour and 37-minute mark, Benteezy drops into the Ganon fight. No issues at all here. Gets a little bit hugged by the fire ring, but should be fine.
Slimkirby is opting to go pick up that half magic.
Yeah, I can't fault him for that. I will probably go and pick that up if I remembered it.
Well, Benteezy's about to finish off with this Ganon fight with butter and silvers. Really, not much to worry about here.
Misses the torch glitch, maybe on purpose. Also,
Yeah.
still has a blue potion in his inventory, I just saw, so...
This was on purpose. He got Ganon perfectly set up.
Yep, a wonderful Ganon fight from Benteezy here, and we've got our first race finish.
And Benteezy walks through the door and he finishes. And what is his official SRL time?
Oh, I'm sorry. His official SRL time is 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 25 seconds.
So congratulations to Benteezy. He will go 1-0 in this tournament. We'll see if he wants to get on in and talk about this seed with us as we launch bigdunka, because bigdunka is hoping to get lucky finding the Ring of Fire, but he still has not. We are running out of locations where this could be.
The people are still praying for the pedestal seed.
Could we have our first primary tournament pedestal required seed? Bigdunka is going to check the double-chested fairy first.
He is going to take the shortcut since he killed Aga earlier. really quick to get to where you want to take this bomb.
And Slim was only able to get one out of the two on the setup here with the bomb. Bigdunka about to go and check. Waving his sword. By the way, Walkingeye finally gets the hook shot in go mode. And there's the ring of fire! Double chested fairy required. Bigdunka is in
go mode.
1 hour 40. It's got to be feeling kind of nervous. Doesn't know the path that Slimkirby has taken.
Can't be sure where his opponent is. Buys a couple of potions to make sure nothing goes wrong with the rest of the seed.
Totally good idea. Bigdunka just has to finish off with Turtle Rock. That's his next destination. Right up to the mountain.
An extremely convenient location for your last crystal to get since you're right next to Ganon's tower, so the trip over there is very quick.
So it's going to take Slimkirby a little bit of time before he does get into go mode himself. And I think what it came down to, a couple of key deaths for Slimkirby, coupled with maybe a little extra exploration.
And Bigdunka arrives at Turtle Rock here, just has to pick up the big rock, not get trolled by all the little squirrels, hammer down the pecks in the right order, fire up his bombos that he just got, and go mode through this dungeon.
So we're going to bring Benteezy in while we continue talking about the second race that's going on. And ladies and gentlemen, the first winner of the two races that we're doing right now, Benteezy, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
How about that hookshot location for go mode?
I was so paranoid. That whole seed, that swamp would mess with me somehow. Because most people that know me know that's my least favorite dungeon. So I was like, I'm just gonna go just so that I don't get screwed by swamp.
And mess with you it did.
Well, first let's talk about the other major thing that happened this seed. How about the placement of those flippers?
Okay, so I'm not trying to be on my opponent or anything, but he was the last person to qualify into the race, like 87th of the qualifiers, and so I assumed going into it that execution-wise, like he wouldn't be able to keep up with me, so I was like, the only way I lose is if he Hail Mary goes into Turtle Rock and something's in there. So as soon as I got that Cadence Samaria, I was like, I'm going into Turtle Rock. I don't care. And luckily it actually paid off, because otherwise it would have been like 6 minutes wasted.
Yeah, but it was a brilliant move. You're up there. You might as well at least take a peek in there, because we've seen some trolley seeds in V26 that's required you to dip into a pen in Turtle Rock before. Walkingeye is just heading into Ganon's Tower now. How about the placement of those two of those sword upgrades?
I mean, it was okay. Like, we had silver arrows kind of early and hammer kind of early, so I didn't feel too bad about the difficulty of the seed. I don't know if Walkingeye was having any trouble with the Master Sword, but it seemed okay.
Yeah, I don't recall him having any major troubles with anything. It's just pure convenience, really. It's always nice to have a big sword to go through all the bosses really quickly.
Did he happen to do Thieves Town? Like the whole thing?
Yeah, he did.
I was so scared that was gonna bite me. I didn't know if mirroring out after the first 4, because that was kind of a lucky hammer too in that first chest. I feel like I got really lucky this game. Like, even though I thought I was going to win, like, I I definitely got really lucky with some of those item placements. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, you had a hammer in Thieves Town. You had, let's see, Mirror turned out to be a hype cave for you guys. I'm just trying to remember what else was about this seed that was interesting. The flippers obviously being in Turtle Rock, Hookshot being one chest south of where it normally is.
I'm surprised there wasn't a pedestal seed when they gave us the ice rod from the Smiths.
Yeah, you got both of the rods quite early in the game, so...
I gotta... Like, I wanna say the seed was a little bit trolly with the hookshot and the hammer placement, but I think it was an okay seed. Nothing too complicated.
Walkingeye is about ready to head into the randomizer room where he'll pick up the butter sword. Bigdunka currently going through Turtle Rock. Slimkirby just finished off Ice Palace. Next stop for him has to be over to Swamp Palace, but it might be a little too late for Slimkirby.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for him to catch up from here on out, sadly, but Bigdunka is in a good pace here to make his way through Turtle Rock, pick up his last crystal.
Do you guys mind just catching me up really quick on that other race that's happening so that I could watch along now that mine?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So, they got, I don't know if I would call it similarly trolly to yours. It was different.
Well, let me explain this one. You had Flu and Boots in Pendant Pod.
Ouch.
You had Canis Samaria in Pendant Hera. The Flute was required to get into Misery Mire, where the hammer turned out to be. Their go mode item was the Ring of Fire, which turned out to be at the Pyramid Ferry.
So is one of them in go mode now? I'm assuming.
Yep, Bigdunka is.
Okay.
Yeah, Bigdunka is in go mode and just clearing out the Turtle Rock as his last crystal. And Slimkirby is sadly a little bit behind, since he's checked more overworld locations instead of, I guess, diving into the pendant dungeons.
Yeah, and a couple of unfortunate deaths. Dying in Thieves Town didn't help him, because he went back twice to go against Blind and then returned a third time. Dying on fake flippers also kind of hurt him as far as time is. Walkingeye picking up the big key behind the helmet, behind the Ice Armos, heading up to the top.
Alright, well, I'm gonna let you guys get back to your thing, and I'm really happy with my execution that seed. Hopefully I can keep it up throughout the tournament.
Yeah, you're 1-0 in this seed in this tournament now. What do you think is you're going to be going up against the winners now?
I kind of want to get the Ben versus Ben matchup. I'm not gonna lie, so I want to keep winning my matches. I want to come across Ben. I've been a follower of his for a hot minute now, so I just want to keep going in the winner side and just get to the. If I don't fight him in Swiss, get to the group stages. I'd be hyped with a Ben versus Ben bracket match.
Well, good luck and congratulations on your win.
Thank you. Have a good one,
Yeah,
guys. Thanks everyone that watched.
Right, GG again to you, and good luck on the rest of your tournament.
Thanks, Herfy. Goodbye, guys.
So that's Benteezy, and we now have Bigdunka, who has just finished off with Turtle Rock. So we get to do this one more time, guys. The big key is going to be in a random chest between 1 and 22. We don't know where it's going to be. This is different than the setup that the top seed has been dealing with. Pick a number between 1 and 22. Let us know where you think that big key is going to be. Where do you think it's going to be, Herfy?
I will stick with my guess of 8. I wasn't right the first time, maybe I'll be right the second time.
Well, second time's the charm. Let us see if you are correct. Walkingeye going up through the gauntlet. So Bigdunka is going to go over towards the right-hand side. Looks like Bigdunka is going to settle on the standard route. Finds 10 arrows. Finds a small key. And he is going to go right side gamble.
Oh. Is he gonna skip the tile room, or is he gonna full gamble and stay in the tile room?
Nope. He ain't got no time for that tile room.
Oh, just right through.
Feasel saying number 33. I hope Feasel's correct.
If Feasel is correct, I want to know how his magic power works.
The same magic power that allows him to do what has now been 18 hours worth of restreams.
That is very true. Walkingeye having a little bit of trouble here with the whiz roads.
Bigdunka getting through the door. The same door that I smashed my face into. That's now a highlighted clip on one of these channels.
Is it really?
Yeah, it was one of the qualifiers.
I'm sorry for laughing at your misfortune, but that sounds like a good clip.
Magic powder. Oh, guess what? Bigdunka did find a big key on the right-hand side.
He did. That was chest number... Let me count.
That was chest number 3.
Yeah, that was really early. Turns out his decision to go right side first was a good one.
And while we do remind you guys to please follow all channels on the Speed Gaming Network. That's Speed Gaming, Speed Gaming 2, Speed Gaming 3, Speed Gaming 4. Also be sure to follow Randomizer Mania because they are doing secondary tournament races, the people who didn't get into this primary tournament. And there's 4 of those channels as well.
Yeah, please follow everyone involved in this. All the restreamers. Follow our runners. Follow Rick for doing great commentary.
Follow Herfy Durfy for doing great commentary.
Thank you. And of course, also follow our dedicated tracker who's done great throughout this whole thing, Sidereal.
Walkingeye ended up taking a fall to the Moldorm. And with Buttersword, this is an easy fight. Goodbye.
Quick and easy.
So sadly for Slim, by the time he's able to go into go mode, Bigdunka will be finished with this run.
Yeah, unfortunately, he just went into Swamp a little bit too late.
I think the problem was for Slim, the deaths added up, and again, a little extra on the overworld searching.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
But it's good lessons for Slim. He obviously is not out of this tournament. As we mentioned at the beginning of this, it takes 4 wins, 5 wins, or 6 wins to make it into the next stage of this tournament. If you have 3, you qualify for a race-up coming up at the beginning of November. So be sure to cheer on all of these runners as they continue through the tournament. I know there's a lot of people from all 4 of these streamers' camps that have been cheering them on, and so therefore we give them plenty of reason to do so throughout the next 6 weeks. So Walkingeye will be the second person we see to Ganon. And yes, tournament will end before January. The slated end of this tournament will be late December.
And there we see Walkingeye drop down to Ganon at 1 hour 53.
But I'm excited for this tournament. We had a lot of fun with the last tournament, and we've already had a lot of excitement here in the first 3 days of this tournament.
Yeah, I'm also super excited to see all the matches. Everything is just exciting, and everyone's buzzing and busy, and it's good fun.
Well, Slimkirby is not checking the Pyramid Fairy just yet. Gonna check the shovel first. But But I hope he decides to check that Pyramid Fairy next, though.
Yep, that's absolutely where he needs to go.
Head to the house, head to the bomb house there, Slim. It's time to pick up the Pyramid Bomb. And Slim looking for a bug-catching net, which he did not have. Walkingeye has finished off Ganon and finishes 154.45. How about your GGs in chat for Walkingeye? And so now we're down to bigdunka, who's facing off against Daga 2. And we welcome Walkingeye to the conversation. GG.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Hey, GG, great race.
Bigdunka now finish. Bigdunka finishing off with Daga 2, getting ready to face off against Ganon to go to 1-0 on his side of the bracket against Slimkirby. Slimkirby now making it into the pyramid and finds the Ring of Fire. He finally in go mode.
So, Walkingeye, what do you have to say about your seed?
Seed was a lot of fun. I'm a little upset that I, went on a tour of Hyrule and 100% cleared, but I figured my opponent would go and try it early. So I thought him double dipping and me going out and finding it in the overworld would give me the best shot. Unfortunately, it ended up that hookshot was indeed in Swamp. But other than that, it was pretty fun. I should have ordered things a little different. I should have done ice a lot earlier with fake flippers. I should have done finished off Mothula and checked Pedestal before I did Mire and a couple other minor things like that. But overall, I think I did okay.
I think the play for Benteezy was he made it to Turtle Rock a little bit before you did, and therefore was able to get the flippers and then put it all together at that point.
Yeah,
but
an early Turtle Rock definitely would have helped, so good on him for figuring that out before me.
What about the placement of those flippers, though?
Yeah, I'm glad they were early. I'm very mad at myself for taking a death in the laser room, and because I did feel obligated to check those last two chests. But I was able to get back there, and that was a couple minutes lost. But I had gotten the hook shot just as I saw him done, so I don't think that's what lost me the race. I think it was the routing.
Just going to interrupt you here for just a second. Bigdunka has finished off with Ganon and is about to walk through the door, and Bigdunka will win this match against Slimkirby with a official SRL time about to be posted. As soon as the fanfare is done, he will walk through the door, and he is done. 158. So get your GGs out there for Bigdunka. And Slimkirby has gotten the results, knows about the fate of his opponent based on that little hesitation going into Turtle Rock. So it turned out for you guys, your go mode item was the hook shot, and what a nasty spot for that hook shot.
It was indeed. I'm going to give Dunka a chance to talk to you guys, unless you have any more questions for me.
Well, I'm just going to ask you one more question. You're 0-1 in the tournament, obviously not out of it. It takes 4 to make it into the next stage of the tournament, 3 to qualify for the race-off. What's your thoughts going into your next race?
I was the last one in. I'm seed number 100, so I'm the underdog in every single race. So I'm here to have a good time. I'm very happy to be here. Very happy to be among the top 100, even though I can't claim I'm top 99 or anything. So this is a great time. I'm glad we're doing it. I'm glad I was able to make it, and I look forward to the next round.
Oh, good job, and good luck to you in your next race.
All right, thanks, guys. Later.
That's
Thanks,
Walkingeye. That's Walkingeye joining us here in the post-race interview. We're going to get Bigdunka in here in just a moment. Slimkirby now making his way through Turtle Rock. Let's cheer him on to the finish, guys.
Yep, just on his way to pick up his last crystal, finishing up the seed out of the 2 different seeds and the 4 different racers we've seen here today.
Just the thing with Slim was just a little too much in the overworld exploration, and as we mentioned before, the deaths did add up here. Just those things happen in these kind of runs, so. And as we mentioned before, he's not out of this tournament. It takes pretty much 4 losses to be eliminated out of this tournament at this point. So you keep going until you're in the next stage. 3 wins get you into the race-off, 4 gets you into the group stage.
Yep, not all hope is lost for the people who've lost their races today. Not really a big problem. Just gotta pick yourself back up, learn from your little mistakes that you might have made, and run the next seed as good as you can.
And we've seen some crazy seeds out there, but how about this kind of seed that required 1 seed to dip into Misery Mire? That required you to not did Misery Mire, but dipped into Swamp Palace to get the hook shot in a dungeon that you needed the hook shot to finish.
Yeah, both of these seeds were really quite crazy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome bigdunka to the post-race conversation. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much.
How about having to dip into 2 pendant dungeons to get the stuff you needed for go mode?
How about stepping back into pod for no reason and clearing it because you thought it was a crystal? No, I mean...
We thought you did that just because you were starting to get the idea that maybe a pestle required seed.
Well, about halfway through, I looked at my tracker and saw that it was a pendant, and then at that point, I was like, "I'm just going to do it." I'm already halfway in here. It was about right when I hit the eye to open up the doorway to go downstairs, and at that point, I was like, "I'm just going to finish it just in case."
2 pendant dungeons to get the stuff you needed for go mode.
But to answer your previous question, I mean, this scene was pretty linear actually after the beginning. I mean, it really did lead you where you needed to go.
You did that just because you
with
were
a
starting to get
few
the idea
minor
that
exceptions. But just like any V26 dungeon, it was dungeon, with the exception of maybe the Fat Fairy,
which was a result of going through a dungeon.
Exactly right. So, yeah, that's pretty typical, I think, for what this is. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to go back up and do Heron, because I was, after Fat Fairy, I was going to check the pedestal.
Yeah, that was really pretty much the only thing that you had left at that point, right? There wasn't too much left to check, I suppose.
I left Catfish, I had Hammer Pegs, and I missed going into Spike Cave when I had a chance after Hookshot Cave. And the moment I mirrored out and quit at that point, I knew I made a mistake. I should have checked out Spike Cave at that point, but I think that was it.
Yeah, thankfully it turned out that double-chested fairy had exactly what you needed.
Yep.
Now, one thing you didn't realize, but if you want to go back to the restream and watch this, for about 20 minutes, you and Slimkirby were pretty much frame for frame with each other.
I kind of expected that. I'd looked at our results in races over the past month, and several times in weeklies and such, we'd finished one place apart from each other, up or down. So we kind of knew this was going to be a good race going into it. We talked about it beforehand.
Yeah, what ended up happening is he took a death on the fake flipper Jesus walk, and you were able to get up to Zora. It turned out to be trash, but he had to backtrack to get nothing.
Oh, that's so rough.
How about the whole Aghanim required without you knowing that was Aghanim required?
I almost checked the 2 tablets. I was thinking to myself it was going to be aggro required. It was going to be aggro required, and then I saw. I think I had the bottle and the 2 tablets, and I was tempted to go to Aghanim right away, but I turned in the bottle first. There was no way I was going to go to the 2 tablets to check for Hammer at that point. So I had a good feeling it was Aghanim about 10 minutes before going to Aghanim. But yeah, those are so tricky because you just need one item either way to go, and you just gotta eventually pull that trigger and go in.
Yeah, because if you go in and you find out that he's not required, that's 5 minutes you're not getting back. But if you find out that he is required, that's still another 5 minutes you're not getting back from overworld searching. So you're now 1-0 in the tournament. Takes 3 to get into the race-off, 4 to get into the group stage without having to go into the race-off. Your thoughts going into race number 2?
I mean, I need to stop going back in dependent dungeons. But other than that, I mean, I felt pretty good on this one. I kind of felt I was behind after the pod snafu. So, I mean, I feel okay. I know the competition is just going to get incredibly rough from here. I watched several of the first-round races, and some of the decisions I've seen some of these racers make just blow my mind.
Slimkirby ends up going right side as well.
That's a good choice. Hopefully the door doesn't block him off.
Yeah, he's going to have some trouble here. Get in there, Slim. Get in there, Slim. Good. Because you don't want to pull a wreck.
I did it too.
Yeah, ended up turning out all right for you, that right side gamble. Is right side your usual route, or were you actually making a gamble because you thought you might be behind or something?
No, that's my route from here on. I've pretty much come down to... I'll see if he's gonna... I'm sorry, I'm a little delayed. I wonder if he's going to check for that powder. I'm glad I checked for that. I was looking for a key, yeah, but... right side, basically, if I get a small key in that first chest, unless the big key's in there as well, I pretty much always go down right side at this point, and I'm not... Maybe 50% of the time it pays off, so it's well worth going down there first. Especially if you're looking for a sword upgrade or something like that, too.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Nice place for that powder, but though, by the way.
Oh, I loved that, because I was almost dead going up there. I had to eat a fairy or 2. I had a fairy in the pot still, but I didn't want to use it. I think that was actually the last, other than red mail, that was the last item that possibly could have been in there that could have helped.
Yeah, I was just going to say, especially since both of you guys never found the bug net, so you couldn't catch any fairies.
That's true, yeah, and I didn't go back for half magic. I knew the moment that I didn't need to do catfish, that half magic was off the table.
Yeah, it was Slim ended up going back for it, but by that point, you were well in go mode.
Yeah, it was really tempting. I knew if I had to go to catfish, I was going to pick it up.
How about the hammer location being in Mire?
Oh, it's ridiculous. I don't know how many times now. It's like, if you look at it doesn't even need to be a crystal dungeon. It could be a pendant dungeon, and you almost know there's going to be an item in Mire. The good thing about Mire in this case, though, even if it is a pendant dungeon, it's really quick to go through. And if you go in there even without the cane, just item hunting, it's really easy to get back to it. So I'm never afraid of going into Mire, except for if I'm uncomfortable with my health situation.
Yeah, did you hear what happened with the other seed?
No, I have no idea.
It turned out the hookshot was in Swamp Palace on their seed.
Oh, that's the worst. Was it in the first chest, or was it buried?
It was one south of where the hookshot normally is in the regular game. So in the map room.
Yeah, so you have to go in there really late and just pray at that point. I'm guessing they didn't have much left to look for at that point.
By that point in time, it pretty much had to be in Swamp. But they ended up having the flippers in the Chain Chomp room in Turtle Rock, which was a pendant.
All right. Ugh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks like both the seats that we had the pleasure of commentating today had some pretty ridiculous stuff going on here or there.
How was it doing 2 seeds at once?
Oh, we
was-
missed a few things.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun, but also kind of taxing because not only are you watching 2 different people play the same seed, you're watching like 4 people play 2 completely different seeds. So you're bound to miss something.
That's why we were glad you and Slim were on the same path for the first portion of it.
Makes it easy.
Makes it easy. Okay, we only really have to watch 3 screens now.
Yeah, that early sync for the first, 15 or 20 minutes, it was absolutely ridiculous, as Rick mentioned. You guys were so in sync, and it made our job a little bit easier.
I'll definitely have to go back and watch that.
Well, congratulations on your win. Slim's now heading up to the 6th floor. About to go up against Moldorm 2 and the rest of this dungeon.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, bigdunka, the winner of this race over Slimkirby.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone.
So Slimkirby now getting ready to go up against the Moldorm here. I believe he's got some potions in hand. Wishes he had that bug catching that.
Yeah, but at least he found that powder in GT so he can refill on his health. I think he should be pretty good on resources here.
And he spins Moldorm 2, which he really didn't need to have to do, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get this Moldorm knocked off. Big chest at 20 rupees, and he's up to see the wizard. The horrible Wizard of Oz.
Very horrible.
So here we go, Slim going up against Ganon 2. Shoots a beam in his face to say hello. Tries to set himself up for a multiple hit, and unfortunately got pushed over to only getting 1. And getting zapped, this is probably going to affect his ability to get a shot off. Yep. Ooh, just a bit outside, and right now it's been 1-0-1 here for Slim.
Oh, unfortunate.
And, 1-0-0. There's a double. They get a little harder now because Agnum is now on a different set. Blue ball comes in. That one's just... Slim's not missing by much on some of these shots.
Oh, and he keeps getting blue balls from Aghanim. He's not having a very good time here.
Yeah, this is where this really gets nightmarish because Aghanim is just shooting balls at different intervals. He gets Aghanim knocked off. Time to go visit Ganon. And we have bonk counter inflation.
Add some bonks to your rando.
But he should be fine. With Magic Cape and Half Magic, this should be a very, very easy fight, especially with the Butter Sword and Silver Arrows.
Yeah, he's equally well equipped to defeat Ganon here. If he watches out for his health a little bit, he should be absolutely fine.
Just watch out for the bat, Slim. Come on, you can do this. Good use of the hook shot. Come on. Now's a good time to just pull yourself away. Don't chance it. Oh, please do not get killed here. Come on, you can do this.
Oh, no.
Oh, no! Oh, Slim.
Oh, he thankfully
Yeah,
has the fairy. Whew.
Get away from those fire bats, please. I do not want you falling down. Come on, you can do it. Get away from that section of the floor. There we go. Come on, you can do this. And we've now reached stage 4.
Off to the final phase, just a bunch of silver arrows to the dome, and Ganon should be history here.
Trying to set up a double. Just a little too late on that. And I would just not chance it there. That's a good idea. Oh, fire bat, please. And get that fire rod shot off. Don't chance it. Don't chance it. I think you got a regular hit on Ganon. Oh, burns Ganon. And then shoots him with a fire arrow. Slimkirby's done. Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs out for Slimkirby.
Yeah, GG to Slimkirby here, finishing with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 4 seconds.
Just some spots there's the Slimmer, and we'll probably look back and say I could have done this better, but overall, still got to give him a good effort on the run. As we mentioned before, going down to 0-1, he's not eliminated out of this tournament. He's still got 5 more races to come. I know he's going to give us his all. With a mouse cursor, indeed.
And there he is, GG Slimkirby on your match.
Thank you.
How are you feeling after that seed?
Well, I definitely forgot how to play Link to the Past, but aside from that, it was pretty good.
So, your thoughts about the seed as a whole? Where do you think you could have done better in this seed? And what thoughts you had about where certain items are placed in the seed?
Well, the problem I had was that I'm a very stubborn individual, and I was really, really focused on trying to get that green pendant from Blind, because I just had a feeling that maybe that was going to be something, and then just dying twice to him just really just kind of put my mind at a loss, and then just dying to fake flippers at the very beginning also kind of just kind of got my confidence down a lot. But aside from that, like, I felt like the seed was very, very linear. The only like major troll was having to be Aghanim to get in a pod, but I mean, I would have probably done that anyway once I found out that there were like no more item trails to go off of. So after that, like, it was pretty straightforward the rest of the way through, I think.
Yeah, how about the chain that had you getting the flute and the boots out of pond to get into Misery Mire, where the next stage was, where the hammer located was?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I've been like lately trying to go into Mire early, so I would have gone there like really early as soon as I realized that, okay, well, I can't do anything more in pod or anything else. And they gave you the cane very early too, so I actually thought that was interesting. That's what I kind of like about version 26 is scenarios like that.
Yeah, one of the things that was very interesting about this seed was where some of the items got placed. One other interesting aspect about this seed, and if you go back to watch the restream, you'll see, is that you and bigdunka were pretty much in sync with each other for a good 10-15 minutes of the seed. The unfortunate part where you fell out of sync was when you died in Fake Flipper's state.
Yeah. I figured that was the case. That's kind of like I said earlier, it's just after I died there, and like I've been having a lot of problems with that part, just getting stuck on those rocks when you come out of the whirlpool, and just like right there, that threw me off like immediately. I just kind of got the idea, okay, well, I'll just do something else and come back to that, and start going to one-off locations, which wasn't paying off very well. Then I remembered, oh, I have Titan Smitten Mirror now. I can Moon Pearl, I can go to Dark World, and that's when that kind of got me going in the right direction. But then, in a way, it wasn't the right direction, because you should have just gone to Aghanim first, if anything.
It was quite the seed, though. Where things were located. The fact that Lamp decided to be in Pendant Thieves Town, so too was the Mirror.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and they were there like immediately, right? They were like in the first 2 chests.
Yep. And then, of course, the Canis Samaria that turned out to be in Pendant Hera.
And that's a pretty standard check, too, so...
All 3 pendant dungeons were required to be searched.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It was also kind of interesting seeing Ice Rod, Flippers, and Hookshot, like, right there on Dark Death Mountain, too. That was kind of interesting. 3 items I was looking for, I got, like, right there.
Yeah, all that remained was the Ring of Fire, the Pombos, and for a while there, we sat there wondering if one of you two were going to blind pull the pedestal to see if the Ring of Fire was there.
I honestly thought about it. Like, I was even thinking about that just when I was in pod, but then when I was getting ready to go to the end, I was like, oh, wait, I don't have hammer. I can't finish this. And that's when I kind of left that. I was thinking about that because it was looking like it was going to be a pedestal seat at that point. But
we were wondering about that when you went up to fire the arrow into the statue.
Get my vengeance on that statue, really. That's why. No. I just I just forgot. I forgot about it, and then I was already discombobulated by that point anyway. I was just not playing super well today, but I'm honestly surprised I finished as close as I did, considering the circumstances of taking like 3 or 4 deaths in this particular run.
All is not done with you yet.
Yeah,
You're only 0-1. You still have 5 more races to get yourself into the qualify for the group stage.
Yeah. So I have to keep on practicing then, I guess.
Keep on practicing, get yourself ready to go, and good luck to you in the next race.
Thank you very much. I'm going to head out then.
All right.
Ladies and
gentlemen, Slimkirby.
Thank you. And thank you guys for commentating.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for us here on Speed Gaming 3 for Fizu and the rest of the crew that's helped us out, for Sid, who painstakingly tracked 4 runners in 2 different seeds. How difficult was that?
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Mad props to Sid here for me too. That tracking duty was something else.
And for everyone else here with the link to the past Randomizer tournament, I'm Adirondack Rick. Thanking you for joining us. We'll have more races here on this channel during the day tomorrow. There's some other races that are going on right now as we speak. So we'll head on out of here. Herfy Durfy, take us on out of here, please.
Well, from me also a big thanks to everyone involved. Thanks to Rick for commentating with me. Again, thanks to Sid for tracking this craziness. That was 4 runners on 2 different seats. Thanks to Fiesel for all the crazy restreaming he's doing. Thanks to all the admins. And please follow everyone involved. Follow the runners, follow your commentators, follow the tracker, follow the racers, follow all the speed gaming channels, and we'll be back with more rando soon.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.